Brian Anderson. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Chuck, really good, really
we're
good.
talking about Ride to Iron Mountain. What is that?
Okay, well, as on our last shows, Ride to Iron Mountain we talked about is a motorcycle movie, which is more of a motorcycle drama, not a biker flick. Okay, and it has elements that borrow from themes that are familiar to us, like westerns. There's dramatic elements. There's horror. There's the occult. There's war, revenge, romance, faithfulness. Hate. Everything you can
You're
think
hitting
of.
all the buttons, aren't you, Brian?
Well, you want to appeal to a broad audience, not just biker dudes. But something interesting about this movie, I started doing some research about how do we reach our audience, and one thing that's interesting is that there are 9 million registered motorcycles in the United States.
9 million?
That's right, 9 million. Now, how many of those sit?
Those are just registered ones. Those aren't all the other ones.
That's right, the ones that are your secret bikes. Now, the other thing is, too, now this is a movie that deals with the Vietnam War, so I looked at some stats on that, too. And from 1964 to 1975, approximately 9 million U.S. servicemen were in the Vietnam War. And approximately 90% of those are still alive, according to our recent statistics. So that's another audience I think would be interested in this. And
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I had a beautiful 1973 Honda CB750 that I went all through, man. It was a beautiful bike, and it ran, oh my God, it ran good. And one day, this gentleman walks up to me and he says, that is the exact bike I bought the first day that I returned from Vietnam. Would you sell it to me? And I said, not really, man. I love this bike. I plan on keeping it for a while. He peeled off $3,100 bills and put them on the seat of that bike and sold. Okay? But the interesting thing is that the gentleman had lost his toes. He had no toes.
Okay.
So I had to ride the bike home for him, and I don't know what ever happened. I don't know that he could ever ride the bike, but the bike was so important to him because it was the first thing that he bought when he came back from Vietnam that he bought it anyway.
Well, that bike came out around 1968. It sold for about $2,000. Now, figure inflation from there.
That's big money in '68.
That's right, 1968. And
there were cars you could buy for $2,000 back then.
That's right. Well, it's brand new, of course. And also, that was a revolutionary design, a 4-cylinder motorcycle. And so Honda was ahead of the game with that. And also, 750 cc's. That was big back then.
Right.
At that time, the Honda 350 was the bike on every street corner.
Guess what I have now?
I don't know what.
Honda CB350.
Yeah, the 350. You know any good museums?
I do. I know of a great one over in Clovis.
Okay. Well, you can make some money by putting it in there and just ride it on weekends.
Yeah.
But anyway, about Ride to Iron Mountain, there's something else I want to do with this movie. I've written a few sequels, and I decided.
Is the movie out?
No, it's not.
And you've already written a sequel?
Well, you gotta have a package.
Keep yourself busy, right?
That's right. You gotta do something in the meantime. Well, we're looking for investors, and it appears that another target I'm going to be checking into is the overseas investors. Asia Pacific is really exploding at this time. We all know that China has lots of money, lots of American money. So what are they doing? They're building movie theaters. They're investing in films. Lots of people there go to movies, and they're now producing.
Their culture has been enamored with the Western culture for many years.
Right, and I'm hoping they like a biker movie. But the other thing I want to do is make this international locally too. One of the sequels I've written involves a Mexican motorcyclist who's undergoing some kind of psychological trauma, and he has these visitations that are very strange. Now, we know in Mexico there's the Aztec and Mayan archaeological zones. What I'd like to do, if I can do this, is have a movie that actually takes us down to a place like Teotihuacan. You know what that is? That's near Mexico City.
Okay.
That is the place that the Aztecs discovered. It was built before their civilization got underway, and they didn't know who did it. They don't know who built this. But they called it the place where men became gods. They were so impressed with it, and so that's Teotihuacan. So I'd like to include that in the plot. We'll work it in there somehow. I mean, not somehow. I've got it all written out.
You should include Donald Trump.
I don't know if I want to. I'm scared he might run off with the rights to the movie. I'm really concerned about that. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
So you're looking for investors in your movies. Do you have any luck?
We've got some leads, and we'll see where they go. You know.
Have you tried crowdfunding and all that?
You know, crowdfunding works if you already have a pretty well-established following and you've cultivated a crowd. Now, if there's no crowd, there's no funding. So you have to remember funding and crowd, you know, is really, that's how that works. So I think that's not the avenue to go. You need to find people who are interested in actually getting behind a project like this. So you have to, you know, access those points, and easier said than done.
You brought some video with you. What's the video? Is this trailer?
Yeah, what it is this. I put together a package of 7 videos, and also I'm writing the music soundtrack. So the music on the video is a sample of the soundtrack I've written. The person in it is an actor in Fresno named Ryan Hansen. And there's Ryan right there. And Ryan's going to play the part of a cult biker. There he is on the motorcycle. We've got him made up as the cult biker. And he appears in this video just as, you know, a little vignette, and we get to see, you know, what he's going to look like on his bike. It's before he's really made up as the evil cult biker, because it's really hard to get someone in costume and makeup and put him on a motorcycle. We'll get that, I think, when we get to the movie. So we're dealing with previews right now, but
right.
Here's
Let's take a peek.
Sure.
So when does the actual filming start?
We want to film this in spring, summer of 2016.
So it's next year.
Yeah, that's our goal. So now it's write more music, look for support. We need some more actors too. We need a character to play, an actor to play the character of Brett Arnold, a 20-something motorcyclist who's not a sport bike guy. He rides a hog, you know, and that's a little hard to find. Usually that demographic is your sport bike crowd. I don't want that. I want a hog rider.
You don't want the ninjas. You want the...
No. We got too much of that.
20-something on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too hard to find. Who else you need?
Let's see. Who else we were looking for? We need some bad guys.
Okay.
Who are going to be in a biker group called the Grinders.
The Grinders.
Yeah, the Grinders, and they're going to be, you know, middle-aged guys. You know, can be 40, 50 something.
No, they're all over the place.
But they got to be badass.
Have a hard time with that one.
No shortage there. So we'll see.
Can people look you up on the internet?
Yes, just go to ridetiremountainmovie.com, and that's the website. It has contact information there. Give me a call or send me an email if you're interested, and we'll set you up. And if you want to be in the movie, we'll audition you. We'll have you read the script and see if you can do it.
Awesome. Brian Anderson,
right.
always good to see
Thanks
you,
very
buddy.
much.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
with
Yeah.
everything.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the buzz. Stick around.